Is truck driving worth it in 2026? How you doing, Grace? How's your day going today? Do you think truck driving is worth it in 2026? What's up, Dylan? Do y'all think truck driving is worth it in 20? Make sure y'all subscribe. Subscribe to my channel, Simmon Daily. Do y'all think truck driving is worth it in 2026? Shout out to your friend. Make sure y'all subscribe. So y'all think truck driving is worth it in this economy? Would y'all recommend like a spouse or a relative that said they want to drive trucks? Would you recommend them to drive trucks? Raina Martina, what's up, Raina Martina? Stop motion, fuck no. Why you say no? Stop motion. Why you say no? Truck driving isn't worth it. Why you say no? Why you say no? What's up? What's up? Make sure all y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe to my page. Don't get paid. What's the like what pay you think an average truck driver make a year? If we're talking about company drivers, I'm an owner op, but the average person don't want to be an owner op, so we're not gonna talk about owner op. We're gonna talk about company drivers. So I do get paid. Gracie, you drive trucks? I work for myself. The average truck driver, the average kind of fluctuate because the average is everybody, rookies, experience, XYZ, XYZ. But I'm looking it up as I'm talking, just to get a I'm looking it up as I'm talking just to get an actual like data. And the average truck driver with decent experience as a company driver, they can make between 60 and 95K a year. That's the average company driver. Owner operators, they can gross 150 upwards to 300K plus a year. So to me, that's decent money. As a company driver with the right company, you could easily make 6 figures. If you're at a decent company, you can make a good middle between 60 to 95, and that's with depending on your company. So if you ask me, I'm gonna say truck driving is worth it. Now, you may not become you're not gonna become a multi-millionaire driving trucks, but you scale it right and manage your expenses, you could really become well off after driving trucks. To me, truck driving is worth it though. Either you become a truck driver, or you just get another skill or another trade, and then you just do that. Not too many jobs gonna give you 6 figures without a college degree. Like it's a trade. Is truck driving worth it? What y'all think? Would you be a truck driver in this day and age? The magical question. Would you become a truck driver in this day and age? That seems like the magical question nowadays. It has the most debate. A lot of people say truck driving is not a good career. Why they say that, I don't know. You can make a lot of money driving trucks. I don't understand people. Where I'm trying to see where the disconnect came in at truck driving. Yes, if you have a dedicated lane, yeah. A dedicated lane can definitely make your life easier as a truck driver. So I agree. A dedicated lane definitely makes your life easier. A lot of truck drivers don't, well, I can't say a lot, but a good amount don't have dedicated lanes. You know what I mean? Oh man, I finished my granola. If you have a dedicated lane, that is something that is true. So you say truck driving is worth it if you have a dedicated lane. Okay. Okay. I can see that. So some people say truck driving is not worth it. Some say it's worth it. You say it's worth it if you have a dedicated lane. Okay. So truck driving worth it if you got a dedicated lane. That's what y'all say. You say you gotta have a dedicated lane for it to be worth it. I work this thing. Dwight say it is worth it, okay? So I got some people that got some sense. Some people don't got much sense, so I see some people got some sense. Let's see. Let me goddamn. What am I about to do? Let me go on my stories. So y'all say it's worth it. I gotta do a post. I'm about to do a post right now. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm trying to post on my YouTube so I can goddamn even get on this. I don't think a lot of people understand this shit. Everybody want to get rich quick. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to do something real quick. It's worth it. It does have its challenge. It does have its challenge, but it's still worth it. I agree. LeVon, you say possibly. Why you said possibly, LeVon? You sound unsure. Eventual North Star, it is worth it. It does have its challenges, but it's 100% worth it. I agree. Dwight said it is. Nikki Victory say you have to have a dedicated lane. Barry, you gotta have a legit plan. That's exactly what I say. That. So when you say a legit plan, Barry, explain just a little bit more. Just to get a little thought process. You say for trucking to be worth it, you gotta have a legit plan. Give me a little overview of what you mean by that. I know what you mean by that, but explain it just a little bit for others. Because I agree with everything all y'all said, to be real. I agree. But I like that one too. You gotta have a plan. Gotta have a legit plan. Is truck driving worth it? My bad, y'all trying to post on my stories, so I'm a little distracted. Is truck driving worth it? In 2026. Y'all say it is. I say it is. Some say it's not. So truck driving to most people is not worth it. But then when you ask them why it's not worth it, most times they say it's not worth it because quote unquote the money isn't there. But when you ask them, when they say the money isn't there, you ask them what money were you looking for, they don't have an answer. What amount of money were you trying to make? They don't have an answer. So it's a pretty vague thing, if you ask me. Hold on, Barry. I'm about to read exactly what you said. Give me 1 second. All right. Meaning you have to understand the complexity of trucking. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. By far, my man. Money management is your biggest advantage to this game. Responsibility is also a key factor. Now, that is a great answer because that's what I be trying to understand. When people say truck driving isn't worth it, the first thing I think of, okay, you got into trucking because you thought you was going to make 100K plus every single year, and you thought you was going to be rolling in money, and you was going to retire early, and you was going to be done, set for life. That's the first thing I think about when people say it's not worth it, because I'm like, you get paid every week for the most part as a truck driver. So when you get paid, most companies, you're making decent money, right? What do you do with the money you're making? Like, that's the first thing I start thinking about, because I don't look at truck driving like a get-rich-quick scheme. I don't look at any job like a get-rich-quick scheme. I look at a job as what a job's supposed to do. You make the money, you funnel the money to develop a system to make more money, and then you scale up. Truck driving is worth it for money, I think, but it's lonely work away from family long periods. Yeah, that's true, Josh. When you're driving trucks, you will be away from family for majority of your years and your months. So if it's something that you don't really, you don't ideally want to do, it's gonna be a really tough thing. How many hobby? All right, it depends exactly. So yeah, truck driving. If you ask me, I may be biased because I'm a truck driver, but if you ask me, truck driving is worth it because the money you make with truck driving with no college degree, just a piece of paper, just a certificate and a license, you can make 6 figures for sure. No college degree, you could be a high school dropout and you can make 6 figures. How that's a bad thing, I don't know. I don't know how that's a bad thing. I don't know. Now, it do come with a lot of stress, it do come with like a lot of health. That's why it's up to the person to prioritize their health and stuff. Like, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, when people say truck driving isn't worth it, it's very vague. It's very, very vague. Like, they don't really, they don't get to the point. You know what I'm saying? They don't, explain exactly what they mean. Because most people, you ask them the question, is truck driving worth it? First thing they'll say, hell no, the market isn't what it used to be. Pandemic was this. The 90s and the 2000s was this. And it's like, bro, we're not in that that time frame no more. So like, you can't gauge it off of that. Because the entire economy isn't what it used to be anyway. So trucking isn't the only thing that's not what it used to be. The entire economy is not what it used to be. Most cats, I feel, get into the trucking game blinded by false gross revenue versus actual. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Most people talk about, they glorify trucking just on that part, the gross. That's it. If you glorify anything strictly off gross, you have another thing coming. So gross, you can make a lot of money. Net, depending on what side you on, company or owner op, you're on a different side of the ball game. Now you can, like I said, you could hit upwards of 6 figures, but to make that type of money in trucking, you gotta put it in the grind. You gotta be out here, as you see, on the road majority of the time. When I'm on live with y'all, I'm on the road majority of the time. I'm barely home. That's the life you gotta live if you want to acquire a good amount of money driving trucks. Is that ideal for most people? No. So everybody got a weird sense of money, like what money means to them. I live next to a gas station. They're not selling more open as I live. He ran out of fuel. That means truckers on that road. Truckers buying no fuel. Getting rid of 200,000 non-domiciled drivers helpful? Yes and no. On paper, it's helpful. On paper. But realistically, no. Because that's just the ones you caught. And that's just, the trucking is a big industry, bro. It's a big industry. They say that 200,000 that they got rid of, I don't even think that moved the needle. Honestly, I think it's, by far still a tough game. What's up, James? $1,400 a week, 168,000 is 803. I'm making more doing repos. Shit, kudos to you. $1,400 a week, 168 hours is 833 amount. Okay. That's good. $1,400 a week. That's decent. This trucker's making $2,000 a week, $1,500 a week, $1,600 a week, $1,700 a week. I know truckers making minimum $1,400, and I know truckers making a maximum $2,500 a week. Just depending on what side you on and how you running. Barry, yeah, that's true. That's true. Most responsible owner ops, if they scale correctly and manage all their, expenses and stuff, it is coming home with around 80 to 110 a year. But now if they scale, like you said, they scale correctly and really, really manage everything, to be real, they could really come home with more than that, like net. And to me, I feel like that's still a window, because as an owner op, yeah, you got more expenses and stuff, but you get way more flexibility. So even if you come home with 110, 150, 90, like even if you come home with that amount to an extent, you get a peace of mind with your freedom. So certain things, it's give or take. But I know this owner op's coming home with at least 150. $2,500 a week. You see what I'm saying? So shoes on shoestring trucker, what you just said, $2,500 a week. If somebody asks you is trucking worth it, what you gonna tell them if you come home with $2,500 a week? 168 hours a week and never off. That's the point though. Like, that's the plan. Like, if you know in your mind, damn, if I'm on this truck, I'm barely gonna be home, I'm barely gonna get time off. You gotta make that shit count then. You gotta put in them hours for real. That's blood, sweat, and tears. You gotta really grind to kind of get out of the seat. You get what I'm saying? That's the point of trucking though. Like, you don't get into trucking thinking like, you're gonna drive a little bit, come home a little bit, relax a little bit. That ain't trucking. That ain't how it's gonna work here. When you wanna get into trucking and you wanna make that money, you gotta be on that road. You gotta pedal to the metal. My dad made $4K and up just grabbing those box compatible bins from retail store. Like 5.5K US. Okay, that's what's up. He gonna tell him down right. In his situation, of course, it's worth it. $2,500 a week, he got it made. Completely worth it. I run 11 hours a day then home. So that's what I'm saying. It's like when you hear certain shit, that what I call that is that's kind of dark, my bad. What I call that is a situational leverage. And that's what I tell people too who want to get into trucking. Is like, all right, bet. You can get into trucking, but don't just blindly get into trucking. Like, don't just get into trucking like, okay, Any company that said they'll take me, I'm with them, and I'm gonna thug it out with them, and then I'm gonna retire with them. You can't do that with trucking. Trucking, you know, they gonna use you like a guinea pig if you're a company driver. So you got to know how to play the game. You're like, all right, bet. Everybody gonna say I got no experience, so I'm gonna go to this company, and I'm gonna max out my potential. And then once I get that experience, now I'm gonna leave them and go to this company. And you got to really play the game smart. Oil field, all of that, anything, all of that, you making bank. I don't personally know 100% about the oil field, but I got somebody that's in the oil field and they come on with chicken. So when you say trucking ain't worth it, that's why I say it gets real vague. It's like, all right, bet. What part of the trucking are you in? Oh, I do dry vans only. Okay. Do you got any endorsements? No. Okay. Do you haul reefer? No. So what you do? Only dry van. So to you already limited. You talk to somebody else, they got both endorsements. They bounce around. They do car hauling. They do oil. They do dump. They do, you know, they just bounce around in all the aspects of trucking. So it's like, you got to really diversify if you really want to make that money. Yeah, oil is good when it's good. When it crashes, it crashes. But I feel like that's how it is with regular trucks. I haul reefer. 1 minute, like 1 week, I'm eating steak and lobster. Next week, I'm eating oodles and noodles. But both weeks I ate, so I can't complain. That one thing about trucking though, bro. 1 week you eating steak and lobster. Next week you eating oodles and noodles. But both weeks you ate. That's the price you gotta pay. But yeah, oversized pay that bank. Oversized pay that bank for sure. Oversized pay that bank. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I like reefer. Reefer isn't bad to me. Reefer, you get best of both worlds, so you know that's what I'm running. I ran dry van when I first got into CDLs. Reefer ain't bad though. If y'all haven't subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe as well too. Simmons Daily. And then on top of that, when truckers get into the trucking game, they blow their fucking money. That's a common thing I see with a lot of truck drivers. They blow their money. They blow their money. They blow their money. Like a lot of truckers, they make good money a week, but they never see it because they blow that shit. They blow it. Reefer is your secure land. Yeah, I agree. Because, you know, agriculture and all that shit, everybody need groceries and, you know, things like that. You're for sure going to always be running with a reefer. They need reefers for sure. They need reefers. I agree with that as well. Reefers play a big part because you can't live without groceries and all that shit. Produce, you know, just all of that. You can't live without that shit. So reefers forever going to keep doing it. How much money do you make a week? Take home. I'm interested in doing that. You can't really ask. Everybody answer gonna be vague. I don't really have a set answer for that, to be real. I go with the market. Some weeks you make little, some weeks you make a lot. Yeah, that's true too. It all depends on your lifestyle. Yeah. 2,500 is not promised every week, but depending on how you run it and depending on how your infrastructure is set up, you could down there make close to that shit every week. I'll tell you that. But my thing is too, what I would tell people when it comes to trucking, the trucking industry is like the stock market. So it's like when that shit going good, you gotta maximize everything. Like when the trucking going good for you, you gotta go crazy. Like I'm talking about, you can't go home. Yeah, I own my rig. It's my truck. So I always tell people to maximize this shit. When you notice that the trucking is going good, freight is going good, these are like for owner operators though. Like when the freight going good, even for company drivers, when you notice your dispatcher pumping out lanes for you and you pulling in the mileage, why are you trying to go home for? You want to go home to spend that money. See, that's what I'm saying, shoestring. Look at all of that shit you got. And you getting 88. Come on now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Shoestring. With depending on your infrastructure, it's gonna make or break you. With that type of infrastructure, you locked in. So now you make that 2,500 a week, give or take. Now what you do with that money, that's gonna shoot you through the roof. You invest that money and flip that money. Come on, now you're not looking back from that situation. So that's why I said all depends on what you do and what you make. I drive my whole 70 every week. I'm never home. I don't even do resets. I do recaps. I'm never home. I'm low. I'm running every day, all day, every day. Yeah, Barry, I agree. Sometimes it shit really it's really like the stock market. Your pay will fluctuate. It really depends on how the freight's moving. Bad week, you hit a snowstorm. Exactly. See, recently, the snowstorm that just happened recently, but I was ducking and dodging a snowstorm. That's my trip planning. I'm like, all right, bet I can't go here because I'm gonna get stuck. If I get stuck, ain't no coming out of that. So that's what I like about being on the route. I pick my own routes too. So once I see something on the weather channel that don't look right, I'm already rerouting. What's up, Connor? Make sure all y'all subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. You know, check my page out. I'm a truck driver, mind, body, soul. I talk about everything, the whole nine, not just trucking. I talk about the whole nine: finances, health, wealth, all that, mindsets. Yeah, more time on the road. You got to think about truck driving. What is truck driving? Picking up a load, delivering a load. If you not sitting down in that truck doing that, you ain't making no money. So you do what you want to do with that information. If you ain't moving the wheel and the pedals, you ain't making no money as a man. That's why I say a lot of truck drivers, they want to be home, but you ain't making no money. You can't make no money if you home. Yeah, being on the road longer, it doesn't necessarily literally say more money. You're right. It don't necessarily say literally more money, but you have a better advantage to accumulate the money and definitely save more. I feel like being on the road longer, you're gonna come across a lot more money because you got more potential to get them loads and pump out good revenue. That's what I be thinking, bro. Yeah, a lot of people, they can't be away from home. That's why I say trucking ain't for them. Oh, you were driving with your old lady? Oh, y'all were tag teaming that road. That's how Covenant had me. When I worked for Covenant, there was 2 people to a truck. I didn't really like it, but I seen the potential with the money you can make though. Yeah, some guys, they want to be home every day. I mean every night. So that's why I say, get a daycare job. You know what I'm saying? Get some shit where it's a daycare, you get to be home and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't care to be home every night. I like to be on that road and make that money. Like Barry said, I be on the road down there 6 months at a time. I'm on that road. Yeah, I own my own truck and trailer. I be on the road down there. I've been on the road as long as possible. I done had times I did my I done shut down for the night or whatever. I might be close to the house. I don't even go home. I'm dead serious. I sleep in my truck. Me and my truck got a bond together. Yeah, leasing the truck is decent sometimes too. I thought about leasing the truck when I first got into the trucking, but I ended up catching somebody selling the truck. So yeah, I ain't like driving for a long period of time. Boy, that shit is not for the weak. It's not for the weak, man. I'll be pulling in hours. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be pulling in hours on this road. I've been driving for 4 years. Like actually driving, I think it's been 4 years now, if I'm not mistaken. 4 years. Yeah, dedicated lane. I like dedicated lane though, cause dedicated lane, you more like you have a more stable pay when you dedicated. That's the upside with dedicated lanes. You kind of know where you're going, what you projecting to make, you know, stuff like that. I like dedicated. I dare not do a dedicated to an extent. I kind of dare not go the same routes in a way. But I think truck driving worth it though. Depending on what you're trying to do, truck driving worth it. Now, if you want to get rich quick, no. I don't think nothing that makes you get rich quick is worth it. There's only a small amount of things that make you get rich quick. I don't got a dedicated. How you like it with Purdue? So you do like a lot of fresh stuff too, like fresh chicken and stuff like that. I know Purdue do a lot of fresh chicken stuff, like the one out of Perry. Nah, you good, don't that? CRST bad. I heard mixed reviews about CRST, so I don't want to give you the wrong answer. I heard CRST. I mean, every company got their good and bad, so I don't, appreciate that, Foss. You stay safe too. I'm a reefer on the rock. Yup, I'm a reefer on the rock too. Shout out to the on the rocks, man. Pretty much, okay. I be trying to stay away from that fresh, bro. I don't be liking that fresh. They be taking my experience though. Everybody's experience different. My experience with any fresh load, but they take forever, bro. I be dodging on fresh load. As soon as I call a broker, and they tell me 28 degrees, 34 degrees, and boy, I would hang up. And I don't even want it no more. No fresh loads. My experience on fresh loads take forever, bro. And a lot of times they tell you, a lot of times on fresh loads, they tell you, the truck gotta actually be there for us to start, the process and shit. That's my experience though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. No, to any new driver, no trucking company is different. Exactly. When you're a rookie, every trucking company is the same. Cause they gonna look at you. You don't get max contract benefits as a rookie. When you're a rookie, you get undrafted benefits. If y'all know about sports, that's when you're a rookie, you get undrafted benefits. You gotta put up or shut up. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Some are better than others, but they're not in the same boat. Yeah, I seen tornadoes coming out that way. I did apples. Yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie. What I'm hauling now, I'm hauling frozen products right now. Frozen products. That's what I'm hauling right now. I be picking and fighting with them down loads. Yeah, I teamed at first. When I was working for Covenant, it was a team job. That's the only people that was taking me at that time, based on what my license was. So Covenant do teams. I'm gonna be real. Although I didn't like it at the beginning, if you got a buddy that like to drive, that want to drive trucks too, and you trust them, I personally say go to Covenant or Warner that do teams and team up with your buddy and bang out no mileage, because you gonna make that chicken. If both of y'all driving on the same truck and you constantly rolling, You got a better advantage to make more money that way. Because when you by yourself, you know, you got to shut down, sleep, and all that. But when you got two people rolling and you trust this other person, my opinion, find you a buddy that want to drive trucks and bang out them hours, boy. Bang out them hours. Estes, yeah, Estes good too. Estes good. I ain't gonna lie, Estes is good. I got cheese right now. I had dodged the cheese load. They were trying to lowball me, but I had cheese before too. Yeah, any job is better than no job. Exactly. It's my words. When you're a rookie, you just gotta get into something, bro. You just gotta get into something. Frost. Yeah, I found my per diem for sure. I think what's the per diem right now? 70 something. So I write that over my taxes for sure. I put that on my taxes, but I put all that shit on my taxes. On 1099. So everything, you know. I ain't a financial advisor, but yeah, but I think per diem for truckers is like 70 something. 70 something a day, I think. You running the spot market? Yeah. That's why I be negotiating my ass off though. One thing about them brokers, I'm gonna tell you how they so tricky. When you're on the loading board and the spot rate say the spot rate on the loading board, I be using that one. Say the spot rate say average 2,500. I call them. They got the low. If the spot rate say 2,500, they got the low posted for goddamn 1,900. I call them and say, you know, cause you know fuel go up, so I'm adding my fuel surcharge, all that. They tell me I don't give a damn about that spot rate. They tell me the spot rate not accurate. They say they got 1,900 hard stock, but I be hanging up on them folks. They be tripping. I be negotiating my ass off. From the yard training as we speak. Next 4 weeks. Any advice? What you need advice on? Check my video out on Danny. I got a video about how to pass your CDL test. It's very simple, but what advice you need on passing your CDL test? Yeah, Walmart. Yeah, boy. I ain't gonna lie, I've been doing good with Walmart though. Walmart been doing me good. They've been real efficient. I've been coming, you know, they real strict on time. Last Walmart load I did to McClenny, they were pretty decent. I had like a 6 a.m. appointment. I got there like 4. No, I'm lying. I got to the area around 4, but I didn't check in till like 5:30. You know, you gotta be like 15 minutes early, all that. So Walmart been doing me good though. I ain't gonna lie. Walmart been doing me good. Worst or best for newbie? If you're a new truck driver, stay away from Trans Am. If you see Trans Am, stay away from Trans Am if you're a new truck driver. That's just my opinion. Stay away from Trans Am. And the other company, Prime, Warner, Covenant, what other company they got? Schneider, you know, all the other little major leagues, you know, hitting. No Prime? Oh no, man, Prime. Oh no, as a rookie, Prime not that bad. A lot of people say no Swift. Yeah, no Swift. A lot of people say no Swift. Prime, I done heard people say, you know, decent stuff about Prime. Per diem is 60 for food unless they told me wrong. Nah, per diem like 70 something right now. I had Trump made it go up. I believe it was Trump, but it went up to like 70 something. Yeah, they gotta pay for gas. I tell them that all the time. I be like, man, listen, bro, fuel is XYZ. I need that chicken. Walmart ain't bad. Walmart's strict with the time, but you in and out. Yeah, Walmart, you in and out for sure. But they strict. They tell you as you can't come no earlier than freaking 30 minutes, and you gotta check in 15 minutes within your appointment, or you late. I be like, come on now, bro. It take forever to get through the guard shack. Bet just passed the general and combo and got my CLP. What am I getting myself into? A bag, a headache, or both? I ain't gonna lie, as a truck driver in this day and age, you getting money and you getting a headache, but that's the price you gotta pay. You can't have one without, but you can't have one without the other in any job in America. Any job in America, you're gonna get a headache. So the money better be worth it. Per diem is 80. Okay, yeah, per diem is 80 now. You got that Eddie motherfucker. Damn, I laugh like Eddie Murphy, bro. Damn. That's good, then. I started with Trans Am in 2006. Worst company ever. I went to Trans Am. They ain't taking me, but I'm so glad I didn't, because they was so janky. Y'all ever watch janky promoters? That what Trans Am felt like. Trans Am felt like janky promoters. I'm like, bro, I'm glad they ain't taking me, bro. I was fresh out of CDL school. I ain't know what I was doing. They ain't taking me, though. Then after I left Trans Am and I really seen what was going on, I say, boy, I dodged the bullet, boy. You can go all through for 150 miles with any agricultural load calling ag exempt. I didn't even know that. You know, I be, you know what I'm saying? I do what I do, but I ain't know that though. But I do what I do. I do what I do. I run nighttime though, so I'm cool. Yeah, Danny, it's all worth it, bro. Make sure all y'all subscribe if you ain't subscribed to my channel, Simmons Daily. Check me out, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna make a video about this in a couple of days. Is truck driving worth it? I'm about to make a actual video about it to talk about it. I heard about Night too. You talking about Night MB? That's what you talking about? False? Is it Night MB? Or is it it's another company named Night, I think. You dodged the bullet. Yeah. I heard bad stories about Trans Am. I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. I went to Trans Am, right? They flew me out. Or how I went? I think they flew me out. Yeah. Trans Am flew me out. Southwest. Boom. They was in Temple, so they flew me to Temple. So I get there, you know what I'm saying? Woo. We had one day to see how your skills. And mind you, I'm fresh out of CDL school. I ain't been in a truck before, except for CDL school, but that ain't nothing. Long story short, that one day they telling you, they're like, oh, I don't care, we ain't training y'all nothing. Y'all went to CDL school, you better know how to drive a truck. Long story short, they ain't take me. They told me I gotta find my way back home. I say, damn, y'all tough, boy. I ain't gonna lie. And you know what's so funny? They put on my record that I got what you call it again? Terminated. I said, how I got terminated? I ain't even get my own truck. Why I got terminated at? I ain't even get my own truck and key. Man, Trans Am to put it on my record, I got terminated, bro. I say, boy, they shiesty. I ain't gonna lie, Daddy, starting out, local ain't your name. You don't need to be thinking about local as a rookie. Don't think about local. You better take that home away from your brain. You better go, the three letters you need to think about as a rookie, OTR. Don't think about nothing else. If you find local as a rookie, I tilt my hat. But most times as a rookie, you better think about 3 words, 3 letters, OTR. That's it. Yeah, I be meal prepping. I just finished my meal prep. I had chicken breast, shrimp, broccoli, and rice. And then I got like my little protein yogurt and stuff. I be trying to stay healthy on this road though, cause that shit'll get to you. Nighttime the best time. Yeah, I run all night. I just switched my schedule again, cause I was doing daytime at first. But when you do a lot of daytime, you burn your clock out easily, traffic and all that. So I said, F that. Now I go night now. Nighttime, I'm not going under 70. Nighttime, no traffic, I'm 70 all the way. Just the other night, I drove from Chicago up until Tennessee. I only did 8 hours on my clock. I drove from Chicago to Tennessee all night. I did 8 hours on my clock. I had 2 hours and like 30 minutes left on my clock. I wasn't going under 70 though. I was not going under 70. Greyhound, Covenant got me a Greyhound. I almost left that shit too. I'm like, why I'm on this dingy ass Greyhound? But I almost went home, boy. I almost went home, but that Greyhound, boy, that shit had me rethinking life. I was on the Greyhound like, damn, do I really want to drive trucks, bro? Y'all couldn't get me a flight, bro. God damn, a Greyhound? But I feel like I just got out of prison, bro. If you see the people on that Greyhound, I'm like, God damn, bro. I ain't like that shit. I was bringing home $200 and $300 checks and staying out 2 months at a time. I only stayed out with them for 6 months. It was my first job straight out of school. Yeah, bro, I can't. Nah, bro, Trans Am, boy, they tough, boy. I ain't go to prison. Stop playing with me. I was saying the Greyhound, it felt like that. I ain't never went to prison though. But the Greyhound make you feel like you did, because that shit ain't it. Nighttime guaranteed. Bro, I just told somebody that shit false. I say, bro, one thing about that nighttime, you never got to worry about parking now. Because when you shut down between 6 to 9, everybody leave the truck stop around 6 a.m. So when you pulling in, you got all the parking. I said, y'all missed that, boy. You ain't got never worrying about parking. Parking on the side, parking on the exit route, parking all type of wild places. When you drive all night, you getting the parking for sure. The way the unscheduled loads, I've been driving during the day for the past 3 weeks. Driving during the day ain't really bad, bro, but the past couple of months I've been doing daytime driving, I've been getting hit with traffic, and I've been having to, like, you know, finagle, if you know what I mean. So it's like I ain't got time for that. So I switched my old Stilo. Now I'm going back nighttime. Nighttime, I ain't worrying about nothing. All the showers, that's what I'm saying. When you drive all night, because just last night, I ain't stopped driving till 8 o'clock this morning. I drove all night. But I be finessing though, like on my 30-minute break, I take me like a little hour nap, give or take. And I roll out, I hit it. I take me a little nap. I don't take a 30, I take an hour nap. I just burn my clock down, take me a little hour nap, hour and 30 nap, you know what I'm saying? And I just hit that road. I just came through DC. I ain't been on that side in a minute. Ever since all the snow and all that stuff on that side, I ain't been over there. I don't like I East though, because I East, bro, so much toll, and there's no real parkings I East. That's the only thing I don't like about I East. Ain't no parkings. Like, truck stops get real scarce the more east you go. That's the only thing I hate about I East. Yeah, I just drove through Atlanta the other night too. Bro, I drove for my first time in months. I drove through Atlanta like the whole way at nighttime. I ain't had not one traffic, not one. I was like, boy, I'm tripping. I should have been driving through the night again. I drove through Atlanta for the first time like the whole way in months, and I ain't hit not. I'm talking about from the top of Atlanta, from the top of Georgia to the bottom to Valdosta, from Dalton to Valdosta. I ain't hit not one traffic. I say, boy, this can't be Atlanta, bro. Yeah, the East do got that money though. The East got that money. Like when I used to run the lane from Chicago all the way to like the Massachusetts side and all that stuff, I ain't gonna lie, I was begging in that dollar though. That dollar was coming in from Illinois to Massachusetts. That it was coming in. I'm not gonna lie to you. It just, that on the rock, you got a lot of goddamn all the toll and all that shit is like that shit. And then the fuel out East is even more expensive than the fuel over on this side. So you gotta give or take though. But yeah, the East got some money for sure. The North got money too though. Like the Chicago area, the Iowa area and all that. Yeah. Just came from Jersey to North Carolina. I ain't been in North Carolina in a while either. I hate that I forgot what highway that is. I hate that highway when you shooting up from North Carolina. Is it north or south? One of them. When you shooting up the little construction by that bridge, the last time I was on that side, I kept getting stuck in that slowdown. So I just took that out of my damn mouth. I ain't got time for that shit. You know what I'm talking about? The part where they facing that little bridge and it's always like the one-on-one coming through that shit. I ain't been on the Carolina side since then. That shit used to piss me off because I was always getting stuck in traffic. Yeah, that shit was annoying. Every time I hit that side, I'm getting stuck on that shit. I'm like, God damn. I know they ain't fixed that bridge yet. Or whatever that is, whatever that is. I know they ain't fixed it. 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. is the sweet spot for Atlanta. Yeah, it is. I ain't gonna lie. Because if I take the amount of traffic I've been getting hit with in Atlanta, that's why I say trucking, bro. Hey, trucking ain't all that bad, bro. Trucking is like any other job, bro. It got its perks, it got its goods, and it got its bad. But the money you can make, you get paid every week, bro. In this economy, you need to get paid every week. The way shit looking, I need a paycheck every goddamn week, bro. I'll figure out how to manage it, but nigga, I need to get paid every week. All that 2-week shit, I ain't got time for that. When you get paid every week, you can manage how you save and, invest better. So yeah, I tell people, but to me, trucking labor, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you know what you're doing and you don't mind being by yourself, kicking it, nobody over your shoulder every day, you just one-on-one. You driving, you talking, listening to music, and you can't complain about this shit. That isolation give you more time to make more money, bro. You ain't got too many people in your ear with all the bullshit. You just on that road, isolated, making that money. You can't beat that. I'll be on that road for days. I'm cooling. Once I start that clock, I'm rolling. I ain't giving that up for nothing. What I'm finna give that up for a 9 to 5, for like a regular 9 to 5, finna go to the warehouse. That ain't me. But that's why I say trucking ain't for everybody though. Some people can't do that shit. See, I be going to Walmart. When I need groceries, I hit that Walmart. I go park up at Wally World, do a little quick 1-2. Put my little sign up on my window just in case, tell them I'm grocery shopping. I hit that stove. Yeah, man, I hit that Walmart, boy. Walmart, my best friend. You can for sure run into a Walmart. So that's what I'm saying. Truck job, you gotta adjust and adapt, dude. about to get in this lease purchase at the end of the year. I fuck with leasing low key though. I like them cash trucks though, dog. If I catch me like a good lease, I really look into that shit. But I don't know. I like them cash trucks. I be trying to catch them steals. Right now, I'm trying to catch somebody that don't want to do their damn job no more. I mean, I want to catch somebody that don't want to drive trucks no more. They got into the trucking with the wrong intention. The market hitting them across the head. Now they want to sell their truck ASAP. I'm trying to find me somebody like that right now. I'm trying to get me somebody that don't want their truck no more, because the trucking industry ain't it. They got themselves into some wrong shit. They just want to sell their truck and just be free. I want to find me somebody like that right now. I'm going to get them what they want. What much you want? 30? I got 30 for you right now. Take it or leave it. I'm trying to find, bitch, I need a truck and trailer right now. I know I'm going to find somebody. Watch. Somebody they ain't trying to do their work for real. They got into this shit with the wrong mindset. They said they going to make $1 million in a year. Now they fuel them went up, hit them across the head. They ain't ready for it. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going to take the problem off your hand. Let me get that truck up off you. Yeah, trucking will burn you out if you just like road warrior, like you ain't got no real balance and you just strictly driving and bad eating, bad sleeping, like all of that, you're gonna get burnt out for sure. That's why I say you gotta have a balance though. The money good, but you can't overkill yourself just for the money. Money ain't everything, but money everything. But we ain't finna kill ourselves before we get to enjoy the money. That's what I tell people. 1099, yeah, 1099 boys for sure. So yeah, trucking, it will burn you out if you let it. So you gotta know how to balance. See me, I travel all the time. I travel like 3 times a year minimum. So it's like I don't let it burn me out. Like when I know I'm on that road for too long and I start getting like road fatigue, and like I just start on my off days, I'm just laying down asleep. I know my body getting road fatigue. So I'll be like, I bet, let's take a real reset, let go. Like sometimes I be going to the basketball games. Like the other day I was in Milwaukee. I went to Milwaukee on Milwaukee Bucks in the New York Knicks game. I just be chilling. Like when I be in different states, I go on Ticketmaster, I see what's going on. I might hit the comedy show. I just be doing shit, cause you on that road, but you traveling already. This the shit people travel to go do. People travel to go watch a basketball game. People travel to go see a comedy game, a concert. I'm already doing this shit for the free. I'm traveling, so I'm finna go enjoy myself. I ain't got no load tomorrow. I'm on a 34-hour reset or whatever you want to call it. I'm finna go on Ticketmaster. I'm finna go find a basketball game, football game, hockey game, baseball game, anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a slave to the truck now. Like, I know we making money, but come on now. You gotta spend it a little. Feel me? Don't blow it, but you know what I'm saying? Moderation. I hit up the basketball games. I be vibing. Give me some chicken tenders and fries. Go hit the basketball game, or I'm kicking it. So that's what I'm saying. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you trucking worth it, because look what I could do with trucking. And the money I make with trucking, I could really invest that shit and build systems. So now when I don't want to drive no more, I'm still getting deposits. That's the point I'm trying to tell people, bro. I'm not in trucking to get rich. I'm not gonna get rich off of just driving a truck. I got 24 hours out of my day. I drive for 10 hours. The clock say I gotta sleep for 10 hours. That's 20 hours. Most days I drive for 10. I sleep for 10. And then on top of after that, you got 4 hours left to finagle. That's 24 hours out your day. If you think you getting rich off of trading your time for money, you traded 20 hours out your day for money. If you think that's gonna make you rich, bro, you need to be a professional lottery pick player, because you ain't getting rich off of this shit. But you can make the truck money, and you can really make good money, and you can flip that money. You can save that money, save a certain percentage every week, every paycheck, save a certain percent, invest the remainder, live off the remainder. You get what I'm saying? You gonna win in the end. You tell yourself, I'm gonna drive trucks for 5 years, and you lock in on exactly that same plan for 5 years strong. Man, you're gonna be eating, bro. You're gonna be well off. Exactly, bro. As long as you got a plan, like Barry said earlier, if you got a strategic plan, bro, man, you're gonna be banking after 5 years in truck, bro. But if you only come into the trucking industry and you just drive trucks, like I'm talking about literally, you start driving trucks, all you do is drive trucks. You drive trucks, make your money, pay your bill, rinse and repeat. If that's all you do, you're gonna be miserable as hell. Anybody that mentions trucking to you, you're gonna cuss them out and be like, man, trucking is the worst thing ever. Cause look at what you did with your time. All you did was drive a truck, pay bills, and that's it. You ain't invest no money. You ain't save no money. You ain't do nothing with your money. You just paid bills. So of course you're gonna be miserable. I ain't doing that. Exactly. Invest and live off your compound interest. Like, come on, bro. You can't tell me you losing. You get paid every week. You not losing, bro. That's my opinion, though. I don't know much. I just know what worked for me. Feel me? So when I hear people talking about trucking ain't worth it, like I said earlier, I already know where they was at mentally when they got into the trucking game. Somebody sold them. Somebody told them, yeah, man, be a truck driver, bro. You can make an easy 10K a month. As soon as you start, I promise you, bro, you're going to be 6 figures up. The first, like, somebody sold them a dream. They got into the trucking with the high hopes, and it ain't turned out like that right away, and then they was miserable. Because they weren't realistic with themselves. They weren't realistic. They weren't thinking about the long hours they got to put in and all that shit. They were just thinking about the money. So if you came into the trucking only for money, we ain't doing it for free. We doing it for the money. But if you came into trucking only for money and you ain't think about nothing else, what you think you gonna, come on, bro. Exactly, trucking fun. I be vibing, window down, music blasting, man. I be in there, I be whipping this shit like a two to a coupe. I tell you no lie. You see me coming through that yard? Yeah, it's a YN in that truck, man. I'm whipping through. Feel me? It's lonely to an extent. Sometimes you need isolation, though. Too much isolation ain't good, though, but sometimes you need that shit. Because when you around too much, like, familiar faces, you might subconsciously get swayed to do other shit. When I got on the truck and got away from familiar faces, and I just zeroed in on the truck and just did what I'm doing, man, I ain't never looked back, bro. Sometimes you need that shit. If you work a regular 9 to 5 and you go home every day and you got a lot of free time to hang out with your partners and your girl and all that shit, you too distracted. Some people that work, some people that don't, but as a man, you be too distracted, bro. Yeah, exactly. It's a lifeline to society. Exactly. America don't move without trucks. If every truck driver in America say they not driving a truck, America is in shambles. Because that's 1/3 of the logistics / freight system that's freaking over with right now. You got planes, you got ships, and you got trucks. If you ain't got no truck on the road, America is sick. Why you think around COVID, why you think they were paying top dollar? Because they already scared everybody, said everybody got to stay home. So once truckers get that memo and be like, all right, I'm gonna stay home, they're like, hell no, y'all need to work. So now they paying crazy bread because they need truckers. That pandemic showed us that America needs truckers. Appreciate that, Foss. Like pandemic, everybody missing the plot. When pandemic came, everybody thinking about the money that you making from trucking, but they not thinking deeper than that. They not thinking like, damn, it's COVID going on. They say we need to stay home. But truck drivers, they need us, so they like, all right, bet. I don't want truck drivers to get scared and want to stay home too and not drive trucks during COVID. So what they did, they paid that money. You know why? Because they need truckers. They paid truckers top dollars because they like, bro, I need y'all. Y'all can't stay home though. I know it's COVID. I know I don't want y'all to get COVID, but I need y'all to run them trucks so America could keep running. And what they did, they jacked that money up. You get what I'm saying? Exactly, diversify your portfolio. So yeah, America need truckers, bro. So like right now with like diesel going up and the brokers, this is like for owner operators. I know company drivers, they don't navigate loads, but owner ops, when we navigating loads, we realize that the brokers, they'll give a damn. Unless you got a dedicated, it's a little bit different. But when you just like expedite and just doing it on demand, on call, them brokers don't give a damn about your negotiation. They got a load for 25, somebody gonna call them and take it for 22. A broker told me that. A broker told me he had a load for 2,500 and somebody called him and said, you give me 22. And he was a little shocked, and the guy was like, yeah, I just gotta pay fuel. I just need to get out of here. I just wanna, the guy told the broker, I know you got it for 25, you give me 22. I just needed just to get out of this area or whatever. I say, bro, the load for 25 and you told the man give you 22. So when you trying to negotiate with brokers, what you think they gonna say? They gonna be like, listen, bro, my rate is firm. Somebody gonna take it anyway. Yeah, it's like a domino effect. Everything affects the next thing, for sure. Diesel go up, trucking gets more expensive, for sure. Moving good, but it's like with diesel going up, the broker's still not moving the needle though, because in their brain, it's gonna be a truck out there that's gonna take the bare minimum. So that's what I'm saying. Truckers don't be uniting. Brokers unite with amongst each other, but truckers don't unite amongst one another. I don't like that, bro. That's the thing. Like with truck drivers, bro, they don't really be like, we don't understand that we control the motion. Like if all of us tell the brokers we not taking y'all cheap ass loads, they gonna up the fee. But once they realize two people saying they not gonna take it, but one of them saying I'll take it, they not gonna give a damn about the other two, because somebody gonna take that cheap shit. I ain't taking no cheap load. If you're on the rock on this live, I'm gonna tell you something. A couple of days ago, I was in Iowa. If you're on the rock on this live, you're gonna get what I'm trying to say. I had a load I was calling around for a load. I was in Iowa. I forgot where in Iowa, but I was in Iowa. And the person wanted me to go to I was just calling all the loads. The person wanted me to go from Iowa to Orlando, Florida. That man told me he got 2,000 for me. If you are on the rock on this live right now, the load was from Iowa, somewhere in Iowa. It was from Iowa to Orlando, Florida. That broker told me he got $2,000. $2,000. The spot rate at that time was like 40. No, the spot rate at that time was like 52, something like that. It was like a high 4 or like a high 2 or mid 2. I mean, one of them. I don't remember, but that man said I got 2,000, bro. All the cities I trucked through, which has been the best in your opinion? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I don't think I had like a best city. I'm trying to think. What was smooth? I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't really got like a best city. I think I done caught every state and every city, and they good and they bad. So like it's like, you know, up or down. I can't really tell you. No, sir, I need more. Exactly, bro. That's an insult. You get what I'm saying? That shit was like disrespectful. And I'm telling him that, I'm like, you know, the spot rate say whatever number to say. And he literally told me out his mouth, somebody gonna take it. You're like, listen, bro, that's firm. Like, you don't want the load, then like these brokers be feisty. Like the men, it's one thing for the women brokers to be feisty, but on men brokers, they be feisty, boy. The way you be talking to them, you'll think you talking to like a woman. No disrespect, but some of these men brokers, they be real feisty on the phone. He said something like, "Oh, if you don't want it, it's fine. Somebody else is gonna take it. You're calling me, and I'm telling you to load. And if you don't want that number, then why did you call me? I just posted." And I'm like, God, I'm like, bro, I had to catch myself. I'm like, I put it on mute real quick. I'm like, bro, who this man talking to? You know, I don't be trying to cuss them out, bro. I be trying to save face and keep my shit clean. You know what I'm saying? That's a tactic to get you to fold. I know it's a tactic, and I'd be like, that's the worst tactic ever. Why would I fold to that? But that is a tactic. They be tripping. I be like, bro, like, I be on the phone on, they be feisty, man. Like, no man brokers. So that's why I be feeling like they gotta get out of the office, bro. They gotta breathe some fresh air and do some push-ups, cause they be feisty, boy. They be feisty. I be like, man, I just laugh. I'm like, all right, bro. And then they hang up on me. I be like, bro, I'm not doing that. Well, I be posting my truck though. Like the load I'm on right now, I had posted my truck and I took a nap, and then he called me. Man, he sounds stressed out. He like, listen, man, I need this load gone, man. Just give me a number, man. And I told him the number I wanted. He trying to negotiate with me down, and on my job, I just woke up. I'm like, listen, bro, my number is my number. You gotta play the same game they play. I'm like, bro, my number is my number. I need fuel. That's a lot of miles, X, Y, Z. And then he'll like, all right, what's the best you can do? I said, the most I'm gonna do for you, bro, because you sound like you really need the truck, the shipment move. I said, I'll take 100 off. Hey, brokers tell you they're gonna take a 50, they're gonna give you an extra 50. I say, bro, I could take 100 off. That's it. I can't move nothing past that, bro. I be lying today. I be like, man, look, my driver ain't gonna take it. I'm the driver. I was like, my driver not gonna take that. So I would call somebody. They're like, well, okay. If you tell your driver X, Y, Z, I'm like, listen, bro, my driver need what my driver need. And then they fold and they give me the money. They're like, all right, so who's the driver? And I'm like, I'm the driver. I'm like, yeah, got your ass. What the heck you talking about? I be finessing, man. I'm like, yo, I'm the driver, man. What you thought? Need my money. That's the same game they play. They were like, they gotta call the manager. They ain't call no damn manager. They put you on a little fake hold. Yeah, I spoke to the boss, man. The boss said he's firm at this. And I'm like, man, you ain't talk to the boss that fast, bro. They be lying. They put you on hold. You give them a rate. They put you on hold. They're like, all right, I'm gonna contact my boss real quick to see if that could work. The hold be like 5 seconds. They come back. Yeah, man, it's not gonna work. I'm like, who you talk to? They gave you an answer that fast? So yeah, man. Truck driving to me is worth it. But the most best answer is, what are you getting into the trucking industry for? If you get into the trucking industry to become a millionaire overnight, you might well go buy every lotto in your city. You might have a better chance of hitting the lotto before you become a millionaire driving trucks. And I'm talking about just driving as a company driver. I'm not talking about, scaling up as an owner, leveling up. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about most people, when they talk about making money in trucking, they're only talking about company driver. The most average person, when they say they want to make a lot of money driving trucks, they're literally just going to be a company driver. That's it. And I'm like, bro, if you think you'll make $1 million off of being a company driver, boy, you must be one hell of a driver. You gotta be. You gotta be a hell of a driver if you think you're gonna make $1 million just driving for a company. I don't know, man. I don't make the rules though. I don't make the rules, man. I be trying to tell people, bro. You gotta make smarter decisions as a truck driver, bro. I bought my truck. It's my truck. I work for myself gladly. Thank you, bro. You like my truck, bro? It's a nice truck, man. I'm ready to upgrade my shit. That's why I gotta make me some more money, man. Make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my page, Simmons Daily. Hey, if y'all never tried this shit good as hell. Popcorners. This shit good, boy. I've been killing these. I got a whole box. Yeah, I'm trying to get another. I'm trying to get an updated I'm trying to get at least a 2022 a better Freightliner. I'm trying to buy a new one right now. I've been trying to find some. I've been looking for another truck right now. I need at least 2022. I've been trying to find another truck. I've been looking. I'm trying to get a third truck. Make sure all y'all subscribe if you haven't. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but if you on my live and you ain't subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video like that too. Different cities I enter. Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. I've been trying to find other videos to make too. Appreciate that, boss. Appreciate that. I agree too. Hey T, make sure you subscribe. That's some real shit. That's why I be trying to tell people, bro. You can't have America without a truck. Okay, alright, Joshua. Yeah, I'm gonna do some videos about that too. I be trying to see what type of videos I should make. You know what I'm saying? Like with my shorts and stuff. I be trying to see what videos, you know, people care to see about trucking. Make sure y'all check my page out, man. Simmons Daily. Make y'all subscribe, tap in with me. Appreciate y'all for sure. But yeah, trucking run the world. Like I said, it make up 1/3 of the freight logistics of the world. You can't run the world without a truck. You got ships, trucks, and planes. CDL is worth it. You already done graduated now, so you can't turn around now. Your license already say CDL, so it's worth it now. You already in the big league now. Ain't no turning back, brother. You a CDL graduate. That question no longer applies to you, bro. It's worth it now. You in the big league now, so now you gotta make it make sense, bro. You're supposed to ask that question before you got your CDL. You're already in the big league now, man. You already knee deep. Yeah, get your endorsements immediately. Get all of them shit. Get double, get tanker, hazmat. And I'm talking, I need my hazmat and my tanker too. That's what I'm working on next. I should have been got it. I'm playing. I'm leaving money on the table. I'm supposed to get my tanker and my hazmat. I'm leaving money on the table, not having it. Get all of your endorsements. I'll tell any new truck driver that. Get your endorsement. Don't even wait. You see, Paul? You already thinking ahead of the game. I'm gonna get right behind your ass. I'm gonna get my shit ASAP. When you're a new CDL graduate, you gotta go OTR. I was just telling somebody earlier. When you're a new CDL graduate, only think about 3 letters, OTR. Don't think the word local better not be in your brain. When you're a new CDL graduate, 3 letters, OTR. That's the only thing that matters to a new graduate. But yeah, Fox, I'm right behind you though. I'm about to lock in and get my get all my endorsements. I need my shits. I'm leaving money on the table. I'm tripping. I gotta get my shit. It's been too long. I can't leave no money on the table at all. How you say your name? It's a Wadley. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Yeah, I'm gonna start posting my favorite snacks and shit. I be eating real good on the road. I got my little junk food every now and then, but I be eating good on the road. Yeah, local, nah, I ain't like, I ain't even, as long as I had my CDL, I never thought about local. Local don't even cross my brain. I never worried about local. Only letters I knew was OTR. Yeah, oil fields, I believe oil fields make money. I'm not too knowledgeable in the oil field side of trucking, but I got somebody that's in the oil field and they damn sure make money. I know money in local. I'm just saying for me though, like what I like, I don't really care to do local. I'll do regional. I don't really do OTR, I do regional for the most part. I don't go like all over. I've been to that out of my equation. I just go regional. But like the local loads I used to see, it wasn't making sense for what I was looking. I never really like, from what I'm running with reefer and stuff, I never really seen like a good profit with reefer, but that's my experience. Somebody else could tell you different, you know what I'm saying? My experience, I didn't really see nothing major in local for where I'm at. Oil field, yeah, oil field, you know, it's oil, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna make it, they need y'all. So oil field, you cooking. But reefer, local, mind you, I'm not doing dedicated lane. I don't got contracts and shit. I'm doing this all off the loading board. So for me, local don't make sense to me. The best, what I consider local, is a same day load. That's my type of local. That's it. My type of local, I'm doing same day load. Pick up here, deliver here. Pick up in the morning, deliver by the night. That's my type of local. That's the best I got. But all that state, the one state, nah, I ain't running it. From what I got, my setup, it ain't making sense for me. It ain't making sense for me though, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, OTR reefer, like that's really what I do. Strictly reefer. I do mostly regional. I say regional, I do mostly regional, with the exception of some loads. But most times I kind of know exactly where I'm finna go. Local 30 miles away, I guess it matters. Yeah, depending on what state you in, local could make or break you. The states I be going through for local, that shit don't make no sense. So I don't even think about local. What I like them same day loads. Like I be getting loads from Chicago going to Ohio same day. The minimum I seen was 1,500. I seen 1,500. I had got a same day load for 2,100. The other same day load, I got a same day load 2 weeks ago for 1,850. So it depends, but to me, I could bang out a same day load. I do a same day load 5 days a week at 9K gross. So I'm like, okay, I could work that too. It just depends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, OTR regional to me, regional is vibing. I like regional. I don't really go too, sometimes I don't go too out west, sometimes I don't go too east, sometimes I go up and down from Iowa, Minneapolis, down south of Georgia, top of Florida. Sometimes it just give or take how the lane running, and I'm pulling in good numbers. I'm in Cali, Underwood, Cali to Florida, $4,000 4 week, paying cash. Shit, go to shout out to him, boy. It's $4,000 a week. Paying cash, shit, yeah. Cali to Florida, that's a real drive, boy. That's a real drive. $4,000, Cali to Florida, that's some hours. That's some hours now. I don't know. That's some hours. Yeah, that's hours, bro. Funny trucking moment. I had a lot of funny trucking moments, but I'm gonna tell y'all. I got a trucker joke. I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. Yeah, Northeast, that what I be taxing the hell out of there for real, yo. Give me that money. They be coughing it up too. That north side, they be coughing it up. I go like north, like that Chicago pipeline and shit. They be coughing it up over there too. Yeah, I'm on the rock. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. When I first got my CDL and I was on the road by myself for the first time, I ain't gonna lie, I was scary, bro. When it came to backing, I was scary. I ain't locking on my backing till like the second month. But that first month on the road by myself, I was scary. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was scared, bro. When I was on that road for that first month by myself, and I had to back in at them truck stops at the nighttime, boy, I used to be sweating bullets. But I used to circle the whole trucking parking lot till I found me an easy ass back in, boy. I ain't gonna lie, I was scary, bro. It was my first time on the road by myself. I'm trying to back in some shit. I'm talking about I'm giving up parkings. If it looked too complicated, I'm leaving that shit. I'm not even worse, man. I used to leave a truck stop that got parkings, but the parkings looked too complicated. I would leave that truck stop, or I'll either park up on the curb, or I'll park up on the exit ramp. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's my little story. I was scary, bro. That backing shit was real. But I used to get lucky though. My first month driving trucks, although I was scary when it came to backing, I used to get lucky, bro. God must have knew what was going on. I would circle the parking lot. Next thing you know, I just randomly see somebody leave a parking, and it's an easy parking. I say, oh yeah, bet. And then after a while, it took one night. I drove all night, bro. I was tired, bro. I was tired. Man, when I tell you I got to that truck stop, I ain't care what the parking looked like. Man, I put that baby in there. Once I did that, I said, man, let's go. Hey, let's do it. Are you paying for reserve? I don't like paying for reserve, but depending on the night I just had, if it's been a long night, I'm tired, I ain't got time to play and finagle and park up in the little rinky-dink area that you know somebody gonna wake you up in the middle of the night. If it's that type of night, I'm gonna pay for parking. I don't do it often, but depending on the situation, I'm gonna pay for parking. Cause you don't want to park, like you don't want to have a long night and you park up some like random little area and you block people off, and then you finally get your sleep in, a bit wake you up. So it depends. I'll pay for parking if it really come down to it. It ain't that cheap. I gotta do it sometimes. Having the bubble guts at 2 a.m. on 13th of Virginia, coming out of a, man, I done had some nights like that. Boy, you done ate the wrong food. Boy, this shit get real. Hey, yeah, it take a good time for you to get really confident in backing, bro. Backing is just, it's cause it's a lot of blind side, bro. So it's very, you know, I don't know. Yeah, parking, I'll definitely take a ramp. If it comes down to it, I'm taking the exit ramp all day, every day. Or like when you ride around, like for example, in Tennessee, you know, the Tennessee got like the little emergency, like it's on the shoulder, but it's like an extra little room, like it's like a little, like they got it on PA, like they got like their little emergency on the shoulder. I like them type of parking. When it's late night and you know you ain't gonna get no real parking, you end up finding an emergency on the shoulder, and it's like an extra room behind that little line. On parking there every time. Once I see that emergency lane, it's an extra little room on the other side of that line. I'm parking there every time. Is it worth it being an owner operator? It depends on what you're trying to get out of it. Being an owner operator is a headache. It's a headache with the amount of expenses you got to keep up with, the permits you got to keep up. Like, it's a headache being an owner operator, but you're trading that for freedom and flexibility, and you can really scale high. So it's like, to me, it is worth it. But if you don't want to worry about all that overhead and all the expenses and just keeping up with everything in your books and stuff, if you don't want to do that and it's too much to think about, just be a company driver. I ain't gonna lie to you, because that shit do get like it's real tedious. If I was Ocho, I would be scrapped. Shit, what you know, come on now, you already know it. What I hate is if you can't back, you'll lose your chance if someone's behind you. I had to do that. I couldn't back up. Somebody waiting on me. I just be like, man, take that parking, bro. Backing is a lot of angles, yeah, I swear. Who hates this road that snap pics of license plates and charge you later? Yeah, I dealt with that a couple times. I don't like that shit. Honestly, man, that backing came natural to me, bro. Yeah, see, you lucky. I ain't get backing that fast, bro. Backing is taking your time and don't oversteer. Nah, that oversteer, when I was a rookie, that oversteer used to get me, boy. I used to be, because I'm like, the trailer not responding fast enough, so I'm going left, I'm going right. By the time I went left, the trailer already went right. By the time I went right, I'm just doing all type of dumb shit. Experience with the little uddy trailers. Okay, yeah, the utility trailers, yeah. Find some parking police sometime. Find you for parking on ramps. Yeah, I know, bro. But I ain't never had that experience, but I heard it's real. But I do know a lot of states, not a lot, but some states, they be real lenient on you though, because you gotta tell. I had a DOT knock on my window one morning in I think I was in Ohio. I parked on the shoulder, but it was late night. My clock running out. I'm tired as fuck. It's raining. I said, fuck that. I woke up one morning, somebody knocked on my window. I'm on the shoulder. I already knew. If somebody knocking on my window and I'm parked on the shoulder, I know a DOT. But he was so cool though, he knocked on my window. He said, I ain't gonna lie, somebody just got into an accident, parked on the shoulder. I don't think you want to stay here, so you might well leave because you ain't even supposed to be here. But he was cool though. You're like, you don't even want to be here. I said, I ain't gonna lie. As soon as I opened the door, I said, I'm about to move right now. He laughed. He like, appreciate that. But he told me the story. And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to leave right now. Don't even worry about me. I'm about to leave right now. He knocked on my window. I jumped up out my sleep. I'm on the shoulder. Ain't nobody knocking on your window but the police. As soon as I open that door, I'm about to leave right now, sir. They're like, nah, you good, man. Just, leave, but, I'm like, all right, bet. The shorter the trailer, the harder is the back. I ain't even know that. I ain't think about that. I thought the longer the trailer is harder the back. Sure, remember they used to fire drives for having YouTube. LOL, now look at the world. I ain't even know that either, man. They got me messed up, telling me I can't get on my YouTube, boy. You feel me? Come on now. I ain't know the shorter the trailer is harder to back though. I did not know that. I just learned something new. I thought the longer trailer be harder to back. If they show where we was at on live. Oh, see my mindset, I'm already a certain mindset, so I already don't even like to show where I'm at. Cause I know it be some shit like that. Sometimes people do get fired. You right, I do know about that, y'all. Sometimes you might show certain shit and they catch your ass and somebody snitch on you. Like, yeah, boy, you on live, boy. Are you on a regional route? Yeah, I go regional. For the most part, all my routes will usually be regional. How long you been on the road by yourself? I've been on the road by myself for a while now. The run I'm on right now, I've been on the road for a couple months. I've been on the road by myself for a while. Shorter trailer kicks out faster. I ain't even think about that. That's now that you say that, that makes sense. But OTR ain't that bad. OTR is not that bad. Are you right? OTR to me is decent. OTR decent. I just didn't like when you work for a company. I ain't like that forced dispatching shit. That's the only thing I ain't like, bro. That's why I used to like snap on them. Like, listen, bro. I did my trip planning. This was going on. I'm not going over there. And they had to respect it because I'm not no dummy. And they used to like that because I'm speaking up for myself. You're not finna force dispatch me to a fucking tornado. I don't give a damn about no load and I don't give a damn about this job. And I don't give a damn about your truck. No, I'm not working for a company. I'm like, bro, I don't give a damn about all that. And they had to respect it. Because I'm telling you, I'm doing my trip planning like y'all tell me to do. And I'm telling you, it's a storm coming. Why are you sending me there? Just for me to go there, barely make it there, or probably get stuck there, and now I ain't got no load for the next 2-3 days. You get what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that, bro. Nah, I ain't got no kids either, luckily. How long you been driving? I've been driving for 4 years. I'm only 4 years in, so I'm still fresh, to be real. But I learned a lot though. I had a lot of people, I had a lot of vets around me. So even though I was driving for 4 years, I've been in the industry, knowing about the industry for like 9 years. So I just said, fuck it, I'm finna just drive. But I've been learning the industry for about 9 years now, since 2016, 17, same shit. Forced dispatch, yeah, I ain't doing that forced dispatch shit. Yeah, nah, I still think I'm fresh, but I got some knowledge on this shit. But yeah, forced dispatch, no. Like, all right, y'all see the viral snowstorm that just happened a couple days ago up north, like Minneapolis and all that. I seen somebody that, I think y'all seen it too. A guy like a guy with dreads. He went viral. He flipped his truck over. And the first thing I thought to myself is, bro, every trucker, I would hope so, every trucker know to check the Weather Channel out. So every trucker already know. I would hope so, but you should know, bitch, snowstorm coming. I'm not finna drive through a blizzard. Bro, I'm from South Florida, bro. When I see the word blizzard, but that shit sound like aggressive. I ain't finna drive through no blizzard, boy. I don't care what the load pay. I don't give a damn. I don't care the load with 10,000, cause you might not let them get that 10,000, cause you get stuck in the blizzard, you get black ice on the road, your truck starts swaying, you start flipping. The money sound great, but the risk you taking in that type of scenario, man, you might not even get to spend that money, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's my opinion, though. Some people are like, man, I'm finna take that risk. I'm not taking that risk. And this big-ass truck, you know how shit feel when you in an empty truck, an empty trailer, and that wind hit. When I was with Milwaukee last weekend, the wind was up to 60 miles an hour. I'm sleeping, bro. The wind rocking my trailer. I'm scared, because I'm like, bro, I'm empty, bro. I don't need this bitch doing nothing extra. So, it's like, these folks be tripping, boy. I asked who makes the most money. They said vacuum trucks for now. I ain't never even thought about vacuum trucks. I ain't like I gotta look into that shit. That's how I came with the game with knowledge. I'm still fresh, like 15 months in. Yeah, now you smooth that knowledge helps. That's what I'm saying. He was a trainer. I'm like, you a trainer with a trainee, and you ain't think to say, nah, we ain't going here. I'm not sending my trainee here, bro. Hell no. Nah. You a trainer with a trainee, and that was his first day. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy. It's the win, yeah. In Nevada, the trip, Nevada and Utah, that long ass road on Utah, even Wyoming. Once they start talking about wind, you might well park that truck up. Don't even worry about that. See, with me now, the key to driving in the snow, it depends on what snow we talking about. If it's like the regular snow, you just gotta lower that speed and just cruise. But once it get too like that snow start kicking in for real, man, park that baby up and call it a day, boy. In the mega carrier, it was a UPS that he worked for. Yeah, that's how I feel about endorsements. That's why I say I'm slacking, cause I really need my endorsements, bro. Endorsements in the industry, bro. You gonna come across some good advantages to make a lot of chicken. I'm driving local, regional, up northeast, west of Boston. I enjoy it, but I'm also not doing over the road like some. I couldn't handle that. And like, you still smooth over there. There's some good loads on that side. I used to go, like I said, my pipeline. I used to always go from Chicago to Massachusetts. That shit was paying chicken. It still is, but you know the snow and all that, I ain't been over there. But my Boston to Massachusetts pipeline, I was banking. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was banking. All the old heads took all the good locals trucking jobs, and us rookies got to get underpaid and take all the bullshit loads just to get. Now that's true. All them vets, I can't knock them though, but they put in that time for real. They get it. It's like being a vet in the like in the basketball, a vet when he come up off that court, what LeBron be doing? Get up. Rook gotta get up. I gotta respect the game. That's how the game go. When you watch basketball, you see LeBron come up off that court, trying to sit on the bench. What he do? You don't even say nothing. He just walk up, homie, get up. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta respect the game though, bro. The vets do take all the good local jobs, but I gotta respect the game, bro. You a vet, bro. You get to call first dibs. I can't knock y'all. Oh yeah, UPS just had UPS just gave them boys an increase. None of them coming off that UPS. None of them. UPS just gave them boys an increase. What was it, last year or 2 years ago? Man, ain't nobody leaving UPS. Come on, bro. If I would have got in the UPS, I wouldn't even be an owner right now. I'd have been I'd have been banking. Hey, Wyoming ain't no joke. They took me the first week of training. Yeah, Wyoming different. My first month of training, I had a raw ass trainer. Man, we were going from Illinois to Nevada, back to Illinois, back to Cali, back to Illinois, go to New Jersey, back to Illinois. I ain't like me and my trainer. My first month at Covenant, but we were rolling. My trainer was a grinder, boy. We were Boy, I got my mileage in fast. Hazmat, you make more, but it's a pain in the ass. Tankers are easy. Yeah, I heard that. I've been hearing that shit. Get your doubles, tankers, and hazmat. Yeah, them know what I need though. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're right though. Once you do like a solid year in trucking, and you done I feel like once you go through all 4 seasons in trucking, you get an understanding of what that shit is. That's how I feel. Once you do all 4 seasons, you get a better understanding of that shit. I'm hazmat only like parcel line twice in 15 years down. You're an owner? Yeah, I'm on the rock right now. I'm overall. You drive automatic? Yeah, sadly. I trained for a manual though. I got a manual license. I just did automatic because at that time, when I only did my first time driving manual was when I got my CDL test. So I was a little shaky to do it over the road. So I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna train for manual, but I'm gonna just get an automatic job because most companies is automatic. But now that I'm an owner, a lot of people have been telling me to like lock back in on the manual because it's a little bit more better. So I'm gonna make that transition soon. I'm gonna get back on that manual shit. I'm gonna get back on that manual shit. Cause manual is a lot more better, more efficient on the gas. And one thing I learned too that I don't really like about the automatic is when you're going up and down the hills. You know, that's what everybody say about that shit. That's the only thing I've been realizing I don't like with the manual. When you're going up and down them hills, That shit change your gear every minute, and I hate that shit. I put my truck in manual, but it's not the same. So I'm gonna make that transition soon. Not yet, but I'm gonna make that transition, bro. We have begun to apply with automatic endorsement. Owner said we don't have automatics. Your life isn't the best for me. It's LTL is the best to me. You're home a lot, or you're here and there. Yeah, that's true. Manuals are out. Manuals is better in the mud, believe me. They're not out in the oil fields. Okay. Yeah, I like manuals though. I mean, I like automatics. Automatics is less to think about. You just put the truck and drive. You just roll. But lately, I've been thinking about buying a manual truck. I don't know. I like automatic though, because if you want drivers, you can get drivers in with an automatic truck. So it's like, it just depends on preference. Yeah, now that road life, boy. I remember one time I went to Massachusetts, bro. I delivered a load like 4 in the morning. So you already know what that mean on that side of town. Ain't no real parking. I be going to Planet Fitness though. But when I tell you I was in Massachusetts, it's 4 in the morning. I deliver my load. Man, them roads, I felt like I was in New York. Every road I turned on, left, no truck, right, no truck, straight. Like, them roads were narrow. Man, listen, bro. I done had some nights in Massachusetts, bro. Yeah, manual is good OTR because it removes the stress as far as like, you know, getting your gears in and slowing down, braking. Like, to me, it's more easier to think about on over the road. So that's why I chose to start off. Like, I got my manual test on my license to say manual, but I was like, if I'm finna go OTR as a rookie, I'm not going OTR with no manual. So once I went manual as a rookie, I just never looked back. I mean, once I drove automatic as a rookie, I ain't look back, because I'm like, I got a manual license, but I'm not driving stick shift OTR as a rookie. Hey, listen, bro, y'all might well fire me, bro, because you don't know how it's gonna go. Make sure all y'all subscribe too if y'all haven't. Appreciate y'all for sure. Make sure y'all subscribe. Simmon Daily, man. Automatic good for dropping trailer. Yeah, I used to like dropping in trailer. Dropping hook, you never waiting. You forever coming. If you wait too long, they tell you, all right, don't worry about it. Drop that trailer. I'm a deadhead you down here to pick up another a trailer that's ready, and you start rolling. I liked that shit. I ain't gonna lie. When you're on the rock, you can't leave that trailer, boy. So they let your ass wait for 2-3 hours getting loaded. Your ass stuck. That's the only thing I ain't like. When you do company, all that dropping hook shit, you never waiting. You never waiting, man. You pull up, drop that trailer, you call dispatch. Hey, man, they said the wait time. Woo, woo, woo. For real, I bet. I'm gonna reroute you and give you another load that down the street. I'm gonna have somebody else pick up that load when it's ready. So you forever rotation. I used to like that shit. I'm like, damn, I'm moving. On the rock, boy, they play with you, boy. By that time, they play with you, boy. You pick up your load, man, you waiting for 2.5-3 hours and shit. I'd be like, God damn. I ain't like that part. When you coming local, I don't think I'm gonna ever do local, bro. If I start doing local, that means it's time for me to retire. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to do local. I like that OTR shit, like that over the road, waking up in different states and just floating. I like that shit. Like, that's just me though. I be floating, bro. I be floating through the states. I wake up in Florida. I go to sleep in Florida, wake up, drive, man, I'm in Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that shit. Like, I don't sure I done got on my live on my other phone. But yeah, I like that shit, bro. I did dirt and vegetables. I learned a lot. Yeah. They do have a lot of flaws on the rocks, though. But they don't appreciate on the rocks, though, dog. They be treating us like, but they be treating like the bottom feeders. Because you know why? On the rocks don't got that much, like, power. They not going to do the big companies like that because they got a much stronger infrastructure. So they can't play with the big companies like that. But the on the rocks, they know they could be like, man, watch out. Like, they could little boy you. Even if you still stand up for yourself. I ain't saying you taking no bullshit, but you don't got a real leverage, bro. It's really hard because you got to think about it. When you're on the rock, you rely on your trailer. You can't leave your trailer. You ain't got the leverage to goddamn drop this trailer and have somebody else down there 30 minutes away could come through, pick it up when it's ready. So it's like, bro, as an on the rock, but they little boy you for real. You still got to stand on 10, but boy, it was 10. If I could do Covenant all over again, I would do it the right way. I would have had a buddy that's dedicated to get his truck, get his CDL, and I just said, but go to Covenant, because Covenant, when I went with a teammate, you banging at least 2,500 miles a week for sure. If you got a teammate that's running, they was telling me, they're like, man, look, bro, you get you somebody, you find you a teammate after your training period, y'all both pulling in 2,500 minimum at 5K a week, but y'all cooking. And I ain't gonna lie, I would, boy. Yeah, most brokers, unless you had your authority for a while, they don't really care to deal with on the rocks. That's the first thing. That's why they always ask for your MC and all that. But once they realize you ran a lot of loads, especially for them, they like, all right, bet, cool, you know what I'm saying? They get you set up in highway, carry a packet, whatever. They're like, all right, bet, you good to roll. So it just depends. I got a lot of relationships with a lot of brokers to an extent. You know what I'm saying? I got Scotland, Triple T, Circle Logistics, Blue Grace, just a countless amount. You know what I'm saying? Scotland about their money. They be tripping though. Scotland, the broker company, Scotland, they about their money, but they be tripping, boy. But they be having some good loads though. Triple T, I like Triple T. Triple T be having good ass loads too. You know, I fuck with them though, bro. The brokers, you already know the game, the brokers, but they gotta play their game with them. But the brokers, they shiesty though, bro. They the most taxing middleman I ever met, bro. I ain't never see a middleman that's so taxing, bro. But somebody that ain't doing nothing but connecting the dots, but brokers be acting like they the plug. Man, brokers be acting like they the big huncho. How many hours can you work a day by 10? A day 10? Yeah, I do the whole 10. I do the whole 10. Most days I drive 10 hours. Most days. But if I don't have to, like if it's like a short, like if it's short, it depends. But like if I don't gotta do the whole 10 and I could finesse it, like I could do 7 today. Like if I could finesse my clock and not do the whole 10, more than likely I might do that. It just depends on how I want to run it. Like if I want to hurry up and get there, so I can hurry up and drop this load off and get another load, I'm gonna bang it out. If I got a little time and I could be like, you know, we could gauge it right, it just depends. So, but most time I do the whole 10. Like last night, I drove from 8 a.m. No, I drove from 8 p.m. up until 7 in the morning. That's with my breaks and all that shit. So I drove all night. I did 10 hours for sure. No, not trading brokers, freight brokers. We do 12, 16, no laws. That's what I want to do, if you did what I'm saying. Did what I'm saying, that what I really want to do. Take it back old school, get them paper laws. That would I be like just like you said, bro. 12 to 16, no law. That you did what I'm saying. I want to turn on this ELD and put out 2 paper laws. You know what I mean. When I got 2 paper laws, we cooking. That what I be wanting to do. You put out them 2 paper laws and you drive all night. Yeah, you turn into Big Rod, boy. Big Raw say he do 1,300 miles in a night. That's no cap. You heard what Uncle Rod said? Uncle Rod say 1,300 miles in a night, boy. That's daily. Yeah, it do matter where you from too though. But yeah, he down to running paper laws. Your ass do 12 to 16, your ass running paper laws for sure. That ain't no ELD, boy. That's for sure a paper log. That's why them truck drivers are making that bank like that, man. Them truck drivers back in the day, man, they doing them paper laws. But you can't tell them nothing. They got 2 logs. So whichever you catch me, you already know what log you getting. That's how them old school running that chicken up back then, man. Oh. We don't run paper on local within 100 miles radius. Oh, okay. We don't run paper law on local within 100 miles. Okay. I get you. I get you. Yeah. I get you, dog. Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down though, for sure. Make sure all y'all subscribe too, man. If you haven't already subscribed to my page, Simmons Daily, make sure y'all subscribe. You know, check me out. I just started really, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna drop some more videos for sure. But make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't already to my page. Paper Laws do. Yeah, Paper Laws hit now. When you you know what I'm saying? When you coming through, you know what I mean? On Paper Laws, get two on. You know, yeah, that what a lot of them vets told me, boy. A lot of them vets, hey, listen, that when you get real, you know, elite. Once you start hitting on Paper Laws, yeah, that money coming in now. That money coming in for sure. That when you really make a difference on that check, but the Paper Laws. And you run all night too when the weigh stations close. I ain't gonna lie now. I don't think you know what a brake pedal mean. That's why I like that all night too though. Boy, that all night, the weigh stations closed and you just hitting it, boy. Nah, for sure myself, for sure, when I get all most deaf, boy. What kind of cars you talk about? Like what kind of cars you fuck with? Nah, most like not every weigh station closed at night, but a lot of them on certain routes they be closed. For the most part, like certain routes I be driving, they be closed for sure. Only new drivers talk about trucking. I don't think so. I be trying to help. Trying to help a lot of truckers, bro. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like most times on live, when I talk about trucking, a lot of new drivers they be nervous. I be trying to help a lot of them. When I was a new driver, I ain't had that much help, bro. So I be going live. I be trying to talk about trucking to help people because a lot of them come to the trucking game with the wrong mindset. So I be trying to get them like a clear idea. Like, listen, bro, deal with it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think that's why I like going live talking about trucking. Because a lot of people get a misconception along this shit, bro. They look at that shit from a different lens. A 92 Blazer, you snap. 86 Suburban and a dog. Oh yeah, you cooking, bro. I gotta come check you out, boy. We got old heads. I feel like it depends on the people. Some people, I like to talk about trucking, bro, because I be trying to shed light on how this shit really get now. Because a lot of people be tripping, boy. A lot of people be tripping when it comes to trucking, bro. Like it's still a. I feel like trucking is a very disconnect. Because if you think about it, the reason why I say it's a disconnect with trucking. Okay, yeah, all your friends are old school truck drivers. Yeah, I feel like the disconnect with truck drivers is what for me personally, I seen like the old school truck drivers don't really talk to the new school truck drivers. So the new school truck drivers be trying to learn about the game, but the old school truck drivers don't really talk to them about the shit. That's just what I noticed. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be like a disconnect with that shit. When I came in the game, anytime I talk to an old school truck driver about truck driving, they don't really say much. They be like, you know, they talk about what it was back in the days. And then they be like, it ain't what it used to be. And that's it. That was my experience though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they ain't got no CBs either no more. I ain't got no CB on my shit. Imagine CB. I know CBs are going crazy back in the day. That's how I used to drive 1,300 miles a night. They on that CB like a PlayStation online group chat. They used to be driving all them late nights on them CBs just talking shit. Yeah, old school, they don't like them shits. Old school drivers, because they not used to that shit. Now I feel them. Old school drivers, they ain't give a damn about no fucking log. Man, old school drivers ain't running no damn log. They gonna give you a little scribble on that paper log, call it a day. If DOT try to stop, DOT wasn't even like a real thing back then. To the extent. Like DOT, like the control DOT got now, they ain't had that control back in the days. You couldn't tell them truck drivers shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they I don't know why they took out CBs though. It's like those of you play on, like, I don't know if y'all play games, but it's just like a group, like the PlayStation Online, which when you with your buddies, bro, like that's just what it be. Like we slime, we talking shit. Like, hey, boy, I see you over there. Like that shit keep you rolling though, bro. I don't know why they took that shit out though. That shit had you rolling. You ain't gotta be on the phone with your girl and shit, but you got a whole, you on that CB radio, you got like 100 truckers on that shit. Everybody talking shit, and now y'all rolling. It was the Wild Wild West back in the day. They had a fake log and a real log. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They ran two laws every time. Just in case on DOT want to be an ad, they give them the bullshit log and they keep rolling. Like you see with Big Rob. Big Rob is a prime example. He just like the most known. Like I don't know if he the most known, but he popular right now. He telling you like, man, bro, back then I'm Brandon. You know, them boys coked up back then too. I don't know if Rob was coked up, but I'm just saying like the stories I heard with a lot of older truck drivers, man, they were getting to it. It was on that what? Yeah, I feel that too. A lot of truck drivers I know about too, they're like that too. They may not talk about trucking, they like you said, they're family man. Most time they talk about, mostly to me, a lot of older truckers I know, they mostly talk about cars. They mostly talk about cars. That's most older like vet truck drivers I talk to. They talk about trucking a little bit, but they really talk about cars. They talk about old schools a lot. Like every time I run into a truck driver and we like talk about like an older truck driver, we talk about cars, bro. Like literally, that's all they really cranksters. Yeah. Old school truck drivers, but they kept that toothpick in and they were running, boy. But it's real though, cause I learned nowadays, truck drivers I've been seeing, bro. Truck drivers can't even drive 5 hours a day. I've been seeing that shit, bro. I seen there was a thing on TikTok one time, a guy, or I think it was a guy, yeah, he was talking about truck driving, and he was saying he do like 500 he said he do like at least 5 hours a day. I'm like, 5 hours a day? Man, you ain't doing no loads. Send them truck down payment amount. I don't know, I ain't never did a down payment. All my trucks I bought cash in full. I ain't gonna lie. I stayed up for 3 weeks straight. That's what I'm saying, bro. Nah, these new truck drivers, they coming into the game telling you what they not doing. Oh, I ain't driving 10 hours a day. That shit is crazy. I'm gonna do 5 to 6 hours a day, this amount of miles, and I'm gonna sleep and this and that. And I'm like, boy, you ain't making no money, boy. My trainer was smoking meth, showing me I was all you, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's what I'm saying. Back then, them truck drivers, when you hear them talk about them stories, when they say they did 1,300, just all of y'all, we all drive trucks, right? Think about how that sound, bro. We all know what 1,300 miles mean, bro, in one sitting. That's like 1,300 miles with the load I just did. I forgot to do, fuck all that. But 1,300 miles in one sitting, bro. I'm talking about you only stop for fuel. You down to piss while you're driving. Pull over on the shoulder, piss real quick, keep rolling. 13, bro. Big Ross said we were pulling in 1,300 miles, bro, straight. That's just what he said. Some probably did more. But them new drivers ain't doing that shit. New drivers barely want to do 500 miles a day. I ain't gonna lie. These new drivers, but they ain't trying to drive, bro. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. They just want to be all, you know what I'm saying? We get paid lunch and nobody complains about hours. I stayed up to that straight. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't be complaining, bro. I'm rolling. I'm running, bro. As soon as I crank that shit up, I'm running. Yeah, I've been seeing Dollar General too. Dollar General been coming in with that chicken for them drivers, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I heard some good shit about Dollar General. They got some good contracts with their drivers. Plus, these new drivers want OTR banker hours and expect 2,500 a week. That's what I'm saying. Like, these new drivers, they want to make 2,500 a week, but yet they want to do like a 9 to 5 type of shift. They want to clock in and clock out and be done. Like, it don't work like that. You want 2,500 a week, you got to get out there and try that shit. Like, come on now. I go crazy all week, bro. I go crazy about that trucking. I grind all day, every day. I don't do a reset. If I do a reset, I got a load right now, so I might hurry up and reset my clock and then deliver my load, and I got a fresh clock. I'm forever rolling. Make sure all y'all subscribe too. Make sure y'all subscribe to my page, man. Simmons Daily. Hit the subscribe button. Come fuck with your boy. You did what I'm saying. Make sure y'all subscribe to my page, Simmons Daily. Check my page out. Check my Amazon out. You know what I'm saying? If you're not married, go to South Dakota. You'll make bank. What you mean by that? I ain't married. What you mean by that though? What they got out there in South Dakota? Julia, make sure you subscribe, Julia. Make sure you subscribe, man. Might need one more chip, bro. Goddamn. Hey, Julia, make sure you subscribe, Julia. Oh, I ain't know that. I ain't know that. Yeah, you can I ain't gonna say you can reset anytime, but you can. But you want to reset strategically though. You gotta reset strategically. Well, I'm on the rock though, so I'll reset a certain way. When you're a company driver, you can probably do the same thing, but you gotta be real strategic on your reset. I don't like to reset in the middle of the week. If I'm gonna reset, I gotta reset on the weekend. I'm gonna look into that. South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming. I'm gonna look into that for sure. Get me some trucks out there. Get me some trucks out there and see what's going on, man. You was married when you first started going? When you first did OTR, you was already married? You was married when you first did OTR? I'm trying to see how you navigate that shit, like married, like being like kids, wife, and trying to do OTR. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm tripping. You said that. You said you never cared to OTR. You doing local and stuff. Okay. Yeah, you did say that. You said you always been local. That's why you say you didn't get it. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So when you were local, you was home every night? Or you were just like, you'll be home on the weekends? I know sometimes when you're local, you're not home every night. But sometimes you might be home every weekend, though. When you're local. Unless I'm like, you know. You can't beat that. I ain't gonna lie. Home every night. You can't beat that. And you put a chicken. You put a real yank. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can't beat that though. But yeah though, man. Hey, I'm finna go live tomorrow. So if y'all not doing that tomorrow, I think after 12 p.m. If y'all not doing that, make sure y'all tap in with my live. Make sure y'all subscribe to me. Send me daily. Check my page out. I'm about to go hit the shower. I'm at Love's. I'm about to go hit that shower real quick. Use them points. Alright, I'm gonna check in with you yeah, for sure. I'm finna go hit the shower now. So make sure y'all tap in with my page. Make sure y'all subscribe. Appreciate y'all for kicking it with me real quick. I'm about to go hit that shower, man. Make sure y'all stay safe on that road and keep on trucking. Shout out to you, Long Bear. I'm gonna check in with y'all.